A man was stabbed repeatedly by a woman with a knife. Yes, our protagonist is the man who was killed. His name is Goblin. On the first day, Goblin opened his eyes and saw a disgusting monster with the monster in his mouth, stuffed a maggot as his food. The next day he woke up and found that there were many green babies next to him, and he was one of them. Yes, he was reincarnated into a goblin baby. On the third day, he could walk and talk. Creatures like Goblin grew very fast. On the fourth day, Grandpa Goblin told them that they could move on their own and that he would not provide any more food. His name was Gobuki, and he was obviously stupid but very strong, and Goblin thought he could help him hunt, so they became friends. Gobuki was chasing the rabbit. He jumped down from the tree and knocked out the rabbit with a stick. Goblin gave Gobji a lesson because he wanted to keep the rabbit to himself. Goblin took off the rabbit's horns and used them as weapons. I ate meat for the first time. On the fifth day, he used the rabbit's horns to capture more rabbits. After Goblin's eyes flashed a blue light, he gained a skill. He knew that this was his ability in his previous life, that he could eat anything and have a certain probability of gaining the skill of that object. After getting the rabbit skills, he became faster, and they caught many rabbits. Because he was very strong, a goblin named Gobmi admired him. He invited Gobmi to hunt together the next day, but it rained, so he found some materials in the warehouse and planned to make a weapon. He found a lot of pregnant humans in the warehouse, but didn't pay much attention. An adult goblin told him that he could see his level by tapping his head, and that he could evolve as long as he reached level 100. Only one of the dozens of goblins could evolve, but Goblin found that he was already level 86. With the addition of Gobmi, they are able to hunt larger prey such as snakes, and Goblin gains all of its abilities after eating the snake. They were hunting together in the forest. When they entered a cave, they encountered a troublesome opponent. Countless bats attacked them. Gobji used his shield to resist the bats. He used the petrification ability obtained from the snake to immobilize the bats. They killed all the bats, and when he ate the bat, he got all its powers. The other goblins were jealous of their ability to hunt, so they decided to teach the goblin a lesson, but he could sense his surroundings like a bat. On this day, they targeted a pig-headed man. Their division of labor was clear. Gobji used a shield to defend against attacks, Gobumi used stones to attack it, and Goblin found an opportunity to kill the pig-headed man. They took all the meat back to the lair and gave it to everyone, even though they had attacked Goblin. The next day, after eating pig head meat, Goblin and Gobji found that they had become very powerful and became like humans. Gobji wanted to know who was stronger, Goblin or himself. They fought to test their strength, and Goblin won in the end. A group of wolves are hunting on the grassland, but they don't know that they are about to become prey. Goblin intends to hunt this group of wild wolves. After they evolve, they are very powerful and can already fight wild wolves directly. Goblin ate the Wolf King and gained his powers. They had no ability to hunt, so they asked Goblin to teach them how to hunt. Now Goblin has become their king. Goblin knew that the strength of the population was indispensable, so he trained the goblins in order to teach them their hunting abilities. A group of adult goblins appeared. Goblin thought they were enemies, but his companions told him that these were adult goblins who were out hunting. They brought a lot of goods and a few human women. Because the genes of goblins are very powerful, any race they mate with will give birth to goblin babies. Goblin asked the leader to hand over these human girls to him. Obviously, he did not agree. Just when they were about to fight, two goblins suggested that they fight each other, and the winner would become the leader of them all. They all agreed to the plan, and it was obvious that Goblin easily won the battle and became the boss of everyone. He saves these humans not just out of sympathy. He hopes to learn about humans through these women. Their companions were killed by goblins, and now they must face the fact that they were captured by goblins. He brought them breakfast in an attempt to comfort their emotions. They had their own areas of expertise, which was what Goblin liked. Goblin continued to train everyone, but some older goblins questioned his rights, and he taught those who doubted him a lesson. They can't go out hunting when it rains, so they do battle training at home. The goblin who was defeated by Goblin that night planned to violate the women but was discovered by him. He rescued the women and taught them a lesson. These goblins challenged his authority, so he was ready to punish them in front of everyone. He ordered his men to tell everyone to gather. He needed everyone to see what he was about to do. He hung him up and beat him and told everyone the rules of the village with a smile. The man he beat died only the next morning, and his authority was never questioned again because of the incident. They continue hunting, and today their target is a triangle horse. He traps it using spider webs, and then they chop off its head with an axe. He eats the triangle horse and gains the ability to attack 3 times in a row. Maybe because Goblin is handsome, Gobium and the red-haired girl choose to sleep with him. Because many people in the tribe he led evolved, he organized different people into different types of armies. He found the triangle horse by the river and planned to use attack magic that he had never used before. He succeeded in killing it. He continued deep into the forest, intending to hunt some powerful prey, but he forgot the advice of the adult goblin. He was once told that there was a red bear deep in the forest. He saw the eaten body of the triangle horse and the red bear next to it. He should have run away, but he didn't. Gobomi was worried because she didn't see Gobhomi, so she asked everyone. She didn't know that Gobrin was fighting a red bear. Gobrin used attack magic to kill it, but it blocked the attack with its claws, although it lost his claws. It used its other claw to attack Gobrin wildly. Gobrin dodged all the attacks and tried to chop off its head with an axe but failed. He uses spider silk to wrap it around, but it breaks free. Fire shot out of its mouth and burned him, and he used healing magic to heal himself. Because its skin was very hard, he planned to attack its mouth. He used magic to block the flames and inserted his sword into his mouth. Although it was injured, it swatted him away. He couldn't use fire because the sword was stuck in its mouth, and he was excited because he wanted to kill it and get his powers. After a hard fight, he won, but he was seriously injured. He ate its flesh and gained its powers. As he passed out, an option appeared in front of him, and he chose to confirm.